Are you guys ready to talk about Zelda?
Welcome to the Zelda cast. Brothers game.
Hello.
With me, Nicolai.
I'm me, Ryan.
What up?
Hello.
More importantly, I'm also shiny hunting again. Woo!
Back on the grind.
I'm currently at attempt 16,025. We are nearly to double odds here for shiny Kyurem in Pokemon White 2.
Will this be the first time that Nicolai gets a shiny on the podcast?
I would love to get it. It's more likely I'll get it than not. So, literally.
So,
if I think I know how statistics work. But.
Yeah. So, things have happened
What's up?
in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh my goodness. Has stuff happened?
So, when we last recorded, you asked me how long I'd been playing. At that time, I had played about 40 hours. I'm at least 75 hours in now.
Okay. I am at about 105.
Wow.
So I'm over 100 hours in now.
I'm already over how long I played Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, okay. That's good. I mean, that makes sense. There's a lot in this game.
Yeah. And to put that in perspective, I have barely cracked the amount of side quests there are in this game.
There's an insane amount of side quests.
I have been hitting a lot of the side adventures. I've actually done the majority of the side adventures, but I've barely even
some of them are
touched
pretty
the side
cool,
quests.
I think.
Yeah.
I
did really all of the Gazette ones.
Yeah, I just finished those yesterday too. So, yeah, finally. So you get the froggy armor, which is so good.
Yes. Okay, so let me go over what I've been doing. Because, I'm going to try and remember it all.
We could go off on so many like branches right now.
So
a forewarning, of course, there will be spoilers. Probably very light on story spoilers, but plenty of gameplay spoilers. So there you go.
You have done the quest with Impa and gotten and seen all the little story?
No, I haven't even finished the tiers.
Okay.
I know a thing because of deduction.
Okay.
My powers of deduction.
All right.
And because I found the Master Sword on my own.
Right.
And I saw that clip and I went, oh, okay. Yeah. So we won't mention that necessarily in particular.
Yeah. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
So I do wonder, though.
I've only done like 3 or 4 tiers.
It kind of feels like the Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom universe is kind of separate from the rest of Zelda canon.
Yeah, I really feel like it is too.
Because
it really makes no sense.
In some ways, there's a lot of callbacks to the other games, but they're different. Because it's like, okay, if the Zonai were actually the founders of... any story I'm talking about right now is stuff you know in the first, 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah, this is all intro stuff.
I'm not going to spoil anything,
we will mention Rauru. He's the first king of Hyrule. He's a Zonai.
Yeah, you get introduced to Rauru at the very beginning of the game, so that's...
Yeah. So that's okay.
So he was the first king of Hyrule. He's part of this race called the Zonai.
They're just gods. They are so absurdly powerful.
So, they existed, I guess... I don't know for sure, but it's thousands, right, of years?
Thousands. Yeah.
Before, which very interesting that all the races, the main races, have been around that long, and their various kingdoms or
Hyrule is like America almost. It's fairly new compared to the Goron Empire basically, and all these things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I guess apparently Hylians have been around that long too,
right? Because I mean, so where did Sonya come from exactly? I don't actually know. So
I don't know either, and I've seen all the little clips.
So who knows, right? Yeah.
But
so that's
interesting.
And there's been a lot of ruins of Skyloft in particular. Yeah, you see some bits of that. I'm like, so where does that fit in? Because that's the beginning of the story.
Yeah, because that canonically, Skyward Sword is the earliest Zelda game, but this is supposedly takes place way before that.
Yeah,
or at least the Zonai and the founding of Hyrule does.
Does it?
I think so.
I think so too, but I actually don't.
Wouldn't you have encountered Zonai then otherwise in Skyward Sword? So yeah,
it's that there are hour-long videos of people trying to figure out the Zelda timeline.
Yeah.
I don't think they really care to really line them all.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah.
So I found myself a few times with this game being overwhelmed with just how many things there are to do and like what do I do next and what do I want to do most.
What do you actually want to do?
And I honestly I put it down once for like a day or two because I had that feeling and I couldn't shake it and I just couldn't find anything I particularly wanted to do. But every time I've put it down, I've had this urge in the back of my mind, like
sort of an itch to try it again.
But what about this? And so I keep coming back to it.
Yeah.
And so
because it's a good game.
One of the things I wanted to do most, and I have accomplished this, is completely map out the depths.
Yeah, every single light route.
I have gone through. I have been to 99 light routes, which is not all of them, but it's most of them. It's the map is basically full. There's just a couple of tiny little pockets.
Yeah, the weird ones.
The little circles where one light route barely even it only shines like its immediate area, and that's it. Mm-hmm. But I have all the rest of them. Froxes are terrifying.
Yeah, they're gigantic, man. And they just come at you. They are relentless.
So the first time I came across one, I'm like, oh, that's big. I don't want to fight it.
Sure.
And I just ran away, and it was no big deal. I got away from it. It didn't even really chase me.
Yeah.
The second time I encountered a Frox.
Was it like an obsidian Frox or something?
No, not this time.
Okay.
It came at me, and I climbed a tree, a really, really tall tree. So tall, I had to take a stamina food
halfway up or whatever
to climb to the top of it.
Yeah.
And it jumped and attacked me.
From
that high.
Oh, I didn't know that they could do that.
They can jump like, I don't know, 50 meters high or something.
Oh, that's news to me. Wow, that's really cool.
It was terrifying.
Yeah. Dang. I wonder if they have like infinite jump ability. Like they can just always get to you no matter what. That's really crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, I had to get some Frox fangs because I wanted to upgrade one armor. It was the depths armor.
Yeah.
The depth stuff, you needed some Frox horns or fangs. And so, yeah, I had to hunt a few down, just the base ones. And the first one messed me up like crazy because they're just so fast. I feel like they shouldn't be that fast
when how big they are.
When you look at them.
They also eat your bright blooms.
And they eat everything. They eat you. I found, climbing a tree, jumping off, and I would do the bullet time. And I had a 3-shot bow with bomb flowers. Yeah. And I just bombed the ore deposits on its back.
Oh, yeah.
Which are sort of weak spots, kind of. They do a good amount of damage. And so I was able to, I can do like half health just with one bullet time, just trying to, But yeah, it's a whole thing for sure.
You've noticed I forget what they're actually called, but the Ghidorahs.
Yeah, the Gleeoks. They're absolutely King Ghidorah in every way.
I saw
they're really hard.
A Reddit thread asking like, what's the hardest enemy in the game? Is it still a Lionel? And people were like, it could be like the armored Lionel, or it could be a Gleeok. It was kind of a toss-up between the two.
I think the King Gleeok is way harder than any silver Lionel.
Yeah.
Because Lionels you can basically totally figure out and kind of cheese them a little bit. Whereas the Gleeok, especially the King Gleeok, which is a special one, there's only there's like 2 of them in the game. One in the depths and one in like a corner sky island.
Oh yeah.
Bottom right corner is like this tiny island. It's above like the island in the sea. And there's just a King Gleeok. And a King Gleeok has one element for each head.
Oh yeah.
So normally they're all fire or all electric, but this says one electric, one ice, one fire. Yeah. They're just relentless, and they do way more damage and just have way more health. Yeah, I would say they're way stronger than a Lionel.
Yeah.
But they do drop some cool stuff.
So I had explored about maybe half the depths, and I was like, some of those armor sets might be helpful in doing this. And so I went and got a whole bunch of armor sets. So I got the full...
Which is like my favorite thing to do in the whole game.
So I got my full
I love the armor.
Snow Quill, the full Goron Flame Guard.
Yeah, the
full,
fireproof, whatever.
Climbing set, the full.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I went and got the Hylian and Sheikah sets.
I love the stealth outfit. It's really useful.
The side quest to make them actually affordable because.
Oh yes. Yeah. Yes, you got to make the porridge, the Sunderland porridge. Yep.
Yeah. I love the Sheikah outfit. It's one of my favorites in the game.
Really useful too for like, especially for catching bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can just walk right up to them.
That came in handy because there was a quest where I had to do that. So I had to catch 10 fireflies.
Oh yeah, that one. For the
Piper.
The flute player. Yep. Yeah, Piper. So you did those quests then?
Yes, I unlocked all the great fairies. I have my Hylian stuff is double upgraded.
Good.
Because the ingredients you need to double upgrade are super easy to find.
The Hylian stuff's super easy, yeah.
I need to find the other. I need to get more ingredients for some of the other upgrades.
I love ingredient hunting for outfit upgrades. I love doing that stuff. I just did that for the Of the Wild set, which was.
I'd love to start over this game with just all the armor sets all fully upgraded.
Yeah. Oh, for real.
Because
it'd be so nice.
The thing is, a lot of them would have been way more useful in the early game than in the late game.
It's very true. Yeah.
But it's very Japanese game to give you something that would have been super helpful in the beginning of the game very late in the game.
Yeah. You had to really work for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So true.
So yeah, I mapped out the depths. I did the Great Fairies. I did the Gazette side adventures.
Ooh, if you get that the Froggy armor, it's fairly easy to upgrade. And if you do it 2 stars for each set for the set bonus, you're slip proof.
Yeah,
completely. So that's really cool.
I need more sticky
frogs.
Sticky frogs, I think, to upgrade it.
They're right outside Kakariko. If you walk out of Kakariko through like the normal gateway and stuff, the walls are like covered in sticky frogs.
Yeah.
So every blood moon, I would head over there. No. That's a great place to get them.
Yeah. I
just found that yesterday.
I also need red choo-choo jellies, so I need to go back to Eldin and farm
Eldin,
some of those.
Obviously, they're everywhere.
Yeah. I didn't really spend a lot of time in Eldin besides.
I'm starting to more now, especially with
just doing the main quest there. Yeah,
especially with the Octoroks there that suck in your weapons.
Yeah,
they fix your weapons, So
right.
Yeah, they're super useful.
I tried to do a weapon duplication glitch, but it was too difficult for me.
Which one?
So
which glitch?
It's one where you throw a weapon into an Octorok's path, and then as he's sucking it in, right before he gets it into his mouth,
that's like
reverse
the hardest one. So
what's funny is this guy in this video was saying it was one of the easiest ways.
Oh, that's so funny. To me, that's way harder.
When you're one of those people that's just really good at timing that stuff, it probably is easy for you.
He's a speedrunner or something, so he's like,
he had 999 diamonds. Just like, jeez.
That's even duplicating, that would take forever. That's so funny. Oh, you saw that. So one night I was playing and I texted Brian a picture of just my bow set.
Yes.
And my 999 arrows, which, by the way, it's impossible to duplicate arrows. There is not a way that's been found so far. So all of that's all legit, baby. Those are legit arrows.
I have about 50 arrows right now, which is pretty good for me.
For you, that's good. Exactly.
I go through arrows really quickly.
Yeah, I'm like, if I use 20 arrows, I spend like 30 minutes finding and buying stuff until I have another 50 to replace it, basically.
When I first really started exploring the depths, I had like 180 bright bloom seeds.
Which I'm at max bright bloom seeds also.
Oh, nice.
I'm at 999.
Used all of them. And I was less than I was less than 2/3 done with the depths.
You're like, I gotta get these light roots, so I stopped using bright
So I just stopped. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do other things now.
Yeah.
And so I did some quests. A lot of these quests had me go through caves, and I just picked up every bright bloom seed I found.
All of a sudden,
I had like 250
Dude,
by the time I was done.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And so then
crazy.
when I went back to the depths, I'm just chucking them like like a kid eating candy. Just, yeah.
Yep. Excellent.
And yeah. And then
I still have a good amount of depth to explore personally. Yeah.
Yeah. I used the Puripad function that shows where you've been.
Oh, the hero's journey.
Yeah. And I just started just walking to places I hadn't been yet, which I still have a lot left to do. But yeah. And that was interesting. I did that for a little while.
That's fun, yeah.
I've done 3 of the main quests. I've done the Rito, the Goron, and the Zora. I haven't done anything in Gerudo yet.
So last night, actually, I finished the Goron quest, the Elden quest. Mm-hmm. So we could talk about that a little bit if you want.
Okay.
Because I just did it, so it's fresh. But how did you fare in Railway Simulator 2023?
Well, I used online guides a lot, so it wound up not being that difficult. But of course, it's because I had help.
So you didn't do what I did and give up on the last one and just create a flying machine, so I didn't have to do any of that crap, and I just flew to the terminal? Because that's what I did for the last one. So I was like, forget this. Nope, no thanks.
One of them said to do a hot air balloon, but the piece that they said was going to be there wasn't there, and so I couldn't do it.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
I had to find a different way to do it.
Also, it was weirdly hard at a part because I've been killing so much stuff that I'm a pretty high level, like in the hidden level gauge.
Yeah.
And so all of the constructs that were there were level 4 constructs.
Oh wow!
Every single one.
Wow!
So
you must be a much higher level than me.
Well, I've been killing Lionels and stuff. Yeah. And I've killed 3 Gleeoks, I think.
Oh, wow.
So stuff like that. I killed the King Gleeok, by the way. No big deal. Got a Sage's Wheel for it.
I did kill 1 Gloomhand.
Yeah.
And then saw the Phantom Ganon.
Phantom Ganon, yeah.
And then blew myself up before I could even fight him. So that was great.
Cool. He's more terrifying than he is actually difficult.
Yeah.
But man, I loved not knowing. Because then you're like, oh, I finally killed these Gloomhands. And then you're like, yeah. It's like crazy. He has some cool drops too.
Oh yeah.
He has a unique sword and bow that you can only get from killing him. They're not super good necessarily, but they're cool because they're like one of a kind, sort of. Yeah.
So there's apparently a gloom weapon you can get.
It's probably that one. Yeah, there's
maybe.
a sword that like hurts you when you use it because it's all gloomy. But yeah.
But it's like apparently super strong against gloom enemies or something.
Oh, that might be true.
Yeah.
I don't actually know. So that could be true.
Someone talked about attaching it to the Master Sword.
Oh, that's awesome.
The Gloom Master Sword.
Gloom Master Sword. I just got because I did the Goron quest. I did the little side quest to get the Boulder Breaker.
Oh,
the champion weapon.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
You can do that. It's in Goron City. I think you need like 3 diamonds or something.
Oh,
and a Cobble Crusher. But yeah, you can get all of the champion weapons.
Yeah.
So you can get the Light Scale Trident after the Zora quest. There's some side quests in Zora's domain for it, but
I attached a black Lizalfos horn.
Oh, those are so good.
To a spear of some sort, and I got a 92 attack power spear at one point.
Heck
that was great.
Was it a Zora spear?
I think it might have
been.
been.
So like while it was wet, it was double or something?
No, that was just its base attack power after I combined it with that. Also had a black boss Bokoblin horn. That's really strong.
Super good. Yeah.
And then the highest one I had was a blue Lionel
nice
horn that I didn't get from a Lionel. It was a quest reward.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The blue stuff, so like the white and silver Lionel stuff's obviously a lot stronger, but the blue stuff I think looks the coolest.
Yeah.
I really like their look, and the shield it drops is like silver instead of gold. Yeah. I think it looks way better. So, but yeah,
I've been I wanted to collect the broadswords, the non corrupted broadswords,
the gleaming
so that I
ones.
have because I really like one-handed weapons.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
convenient. You can use them with a shield and stuff.
I use like a royal broadsword
that's what I want.
I use that for
I
everything.
just haven't found
basically.
any yet.
Yeah, you might have to be a
I'm
higher
only
level.
just starting to find royal stuff.
Yeah, I think you're probably almost there in level. Also, if you find a corrupted one, you have to break a corrupted version to get the pristine version in the depths.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you've broken or used a royal broadsword at some point,
I should probably find one then because
make sure you've used one because then you can find it. Yeah, that's like, I think it's still a theory, like that's still not proven, but that's the running theory for everyone.
It would make
basically.
sense.
Yeah. So it's good to do. Good to do. Yeah, I think it's true because I looked for a Zora spear for a little bit and then I found that out and I was like, oh, I should make sure and do that. And I like went and found one and broke it and went back down and found a pristine one instantly. And I'm like, maybe it's true. I don't know.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Certainly seems true.
Certainly seems true. Or it's just a major coincidence. Yeah. I think I'm going to do the Gerudo one next, actually, and maybe end on the Zora one. Because that's always the first one I did in Breath of the Wild.
Right.
So maybe I'll do it last this time.
Yeah, I think so. I always do the Gerudo last. And,
in Breath of the Wild, totally.
I think it'd be interesting to do it first in either of these games. Because you've got to sneak into Gerudo Town because you can't get in there. Vo aren't allowed in there.
You can just go in there now in this game.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they still say Vo aren't allowed in there.
Have you been to Gerudo Town
No, I
yet?
haven't tried to get in. But...
Okay. Yeah, I know you can go in there.
Interesting.
Well, Gerudo Town is different.
Yeah.
It's a ghost town right now. But so the real town is now underneath Gerudo Town. And if you drop in, they go, "Who is that?" But then Riju's head chieftain woman from Breath of the Wild is like, he's okay. This one's all right, basically. So I've already went in there and did that. So.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So you don't actually the female outfit isn't even in the game's code. Yeah. So it's not even in the game. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. They changed it, which is kind of nice that you can wear whatever you want.
Do you know that the names of the light roots are the names of the shrines backwards?
Oh, I think I read that somewhere. Yeah, I love that.
I looked at the letters one day and I'm like, wait a second. Oh, it's just this backwards.
Hang on. So you're just straight up in the upside down.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Yeah, I love that. That is so useful sometimes for either finding a light root or finding the shrine.
Yeah.
The fact that they're right.
It's funny.
On
So
top
I've
of
only
each other.
completed about 32 shrines.
Really? I'm at like 90 shrines.
Yeah.
I'm
but
pretty
I've found probably like 80 shrines and I've found 99 light roots.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you know where they are. You just haven't been to them yet, basically. Yeah.
I've been to a ton of shrines and I'm just
turning them on. Yeah.
Yeah. Because this way I can at any moment be like, okay, I want 5 more hearts. I'm just going to go do 20 shrines or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and they're just really useful for teleportation, teleporting around the map. So.
Also, occasionally a quest will give you a heart container or something. So that's cool.
Well, I mean, obviously, and then the bosses from the main quests give you hearts. So that's really nice. Yeah. Yeah, the fire boss was so easy. Oh my gosh. Was that just me? I mean, I would think I was overpowered for it at this point, but
so the first time I fought him,
it was so easy.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
And then I got to stage 2 and I hit him once. And then for some reason, I just could not hit him again. And then I died.
Gotcha.
And it was one of those put the game down for a few hours.
That's
moments.
very annoying for sure.
And,
when you're near the end of a boss and then die and have to redo the whole boss, that's what sucks.
But the second time I fought him, it was easy. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just figuring it out, basically. Yeah. And at this point, I had killed Lionels, and I'm like, this is nothing. Like
just aiming Yunobo.
Oh, that is a pain.
That was actually the thing 100%. is the mechanics of aiming and stuff are kind of jank in this game.
Well, especially with just certain things like Yunobo and stuff. Yeah. Like arrows, I feel like work
also
really well, but
it's really annoying where they'll stand your summons.
Absolutely.
They'll like stand in really awkward places, and like making them come over to you can be really difficult. They seem to like want to give you space.
Yeah, it's a very common complaint on the internet of being annoyed by the sages.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be nice if it was easier to turn them on and off.
Yeah.
Instead of having to go all the way into the menu, into key items, turn them off. Yeah. Did you even know you could turn them off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I could see you totally missing that.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, it like showed me that it was an item in my inventory, and so
that makes sense.
Yeah. And Yunobo, very useful for breaking through rock walls.
Yes.
Which is
because those use up a lot of weapon and bombs.
Well, and just a couple of there's a couple of caves that just have a ton.
So many. There's one Gerudo one that is full. Like it's a big cave system that is completely full of rocks.
Wow.
Like you have to build your own path through it, basically.
Wow.
So annoying. And I did not have Yunobo for that.
Oh,
I should have waited. I didn't know. I went through 25 bombs and a good few rusty claymores and gosh, crazy.
Also, I feel like so I can get a little OCD when it's just like I've broken the bottom half of the rock wall, but it's like I want to break the top half too.
Technically, I can get through, but
I want it gone. And Yunobo makes that a little easier, just a little easier.
Nice. Yep.
Have you been in that cave that has like dozens of chests and they all have one green rupee? Yeah.
Yep. That's great. Because that one has some pants.
Has a set of pants, yeah.
Which pants?
The sun pants or something? Yeah.
Oh, those are the pants for fire. The fire pants.
Oh, like raise fire attack.
That's like the dragon. Those are the dragon ones.
Oh, okay.
So I've mentioned the outfits. There's like a ceremonial dress for each dragon. So that's the fire one. Yeah. That's for Dunral. Also, that room has another secret actually too.
Oh yeah.
If you go in there with the full Fierce Deity outfit,
the
wall opens up and the Fierce Deity sword is in there too. So
interesting.
If you ever get that armor, the sword is in there, and that's a really good sword. That looks really cool too.
Yeah,
it's a two-handed sword, and its base power is like 38, I think.
Oh, nice.
So that's unfused. So
So I go back and forth on the usefulness of Zonai weapons because they're already fused, so you can't add anything to them. So you're stuck with whatever their base power is. But they're not metal technically.
True.
So
that
you can
helps.
use them in lightning.
Yeah.
Lightning storms doesn't matter, and stuff like that. But so sometimes they're useful, sometimes they're
even the mighty ones aren't good enough to me. So I use pristine royal broadswords for everything now.
Yeah.
I have 3 of them that have each dragon horn on them for so those are my elemental weapons basically. And then I have one with a Molduga jaw as a bone for my bone proficiency weapon, which does bonus damage. And then I think I have one with a white Lionel horn on it, which the white Lionel horn is like 45.
Yeah.
Just the horn itself, plus the 35 of the swords. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, the black Bokoblin boss added 38 or something power just on its own.
Really good one. Yeah. Yep. I just started seeing silver moblins now, and they're tough. But they have cool horns. They have like a Tim Burton vibe to them.
Yeah.
It's like that black and white striped kind of squiggly thing. Yeah. So it looks like the worms from Tim Burton stuff.
It's funny. It's not that hard to make a moblin just unable to hit you at all.
They're too big.
Yeah. If you have a heavy weapon and you hit them, they fall over.
They're pretty staggered.
They just knock. You just
very staggerable
knock back, and so you just continue that. You can have a fairly weak weapon and still kill them because they just keep getting knocked down and they can't fight back.
And they don't get up again.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And especially when you knock their weapon out of their hand and then
then
there's not much they can do. There's one of the side adventures. You go in a cave with no equipment.
Yes, the underwear one.
Yeah, that one.
That was fun.
That one only took me 2 tries, but yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, it took me 3 tries actually. But the third time I killed everything in there.
Stealth, yeah. Yeah, you got to go for the moblin first. It's way
I went for
harder.
the stone bokoblin first.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I saved the moblin for last.
Gotcha.
And I
think I went for the moblin first just because I wanted a sneak strike.
Yeah.
Because they do like ×8 damage. Ugh. I just knew he'd have way more health.
There's a couple of really big boulders behind the stone bokoblin. The first time I tried it, I wanted to roll it onto him, but it didn't work.
Maybe not enough momentum or something. Yeah.
I'm sure there's a way to do it, but you just have to be, better than me.
Or maybe just like lift it and like drop it on him.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've looked for like opportunities to do that, like use Ultra Hand to like drop stuff on enemies, and it never works very well.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that.
I think
might
that
be
was
a
more
thing.
of a thing in Breath of the Wild and less in this game, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's weirder ways to do stuff now.
Yeah.
Like, no. In this game, you put it on your shield and then you shield surf bounce on top of them. Like, oh, okay, you're right. That's better.
It is funny. I got that quest on that Sky Island to shield surf.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it didn't tell me how to shield surf. So I had to look up how to shield surf.
It could be hard. It's because it's like 3 button combinations. Yeah. So it can be
a little weird.
It took me a while, like, because I did it in Breath of the Wild. So, like, I sort of remembered. But yeah, in like the beginning of the game when I was trying to, I was like, it took me a while to like messing with the controller. I'm like, what comment? When do I jump?
Yeah. And what's funny though is if you do it, then the tooltip comes up. It's like, oh, thanks.
Oh, hey, by the
really
way,
useful right now.
This is how you do it.
Now that I've already done it.
Now that you've done it. I think there's one. It's funny. I just learned how to do it. Someone told me how to do it. They were in like a cabin in like the Hebra region. Mm-hmm. There was this little cabin with like a couple inside, and you had to like kill the monsters outside so they'd unlock the door and let you in. And I think she told me how to shield surf. And the thing came up. It's like, hit these buttons to shield surf. Like, oh, a little late, 100 hours in, maybe. Anyway, so that was funny.
It is interesting. So there's way more areas in the game that are too cold than too hot.
Way more.
Because
so much more cold than hot.
Like, just ignore the sky and depths for a second. At the main level, you've got Hebra, you've got Lanayru, you've got Gerudo Highlands, you've got you've got Mount Hylia in the Great Plateau. Whereas, how many places are too hot? Parts of Eldin and parts of Gerudo Desert. Yep. That's it.
And Gerudo only during the day, because at night it's too cold.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah. There's that armor, the fire whatever, that gives you bonus attack in the heat, and it is so useless. Yeah. Because that is so rare. Like, that is such a cool looking set of armor but it is not useful ever. Because I think even in Eldin, it's either temperate or you're on fire.
Yeah.
I don't even think there are parts that are hot now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I don't even know. So anyway, yeah, it's just like so rare. I noticed that immediately because I was trying to use those armor sets because I thought they were so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just basically useless.
And I mean, I know the same thing is true in Breath of the Wild. So like,
yeah. I feel like it was more common though, because I think it was hotter in Eldin.
Yeah.
Because the Death Mountain was more active, so there was more lava around and stuff. Yeah. I don't know. That's funny.
It is interesting, though, how many places you need Flame Guard in. A
lot.
In the depths.
In the depths, yeah.
Yeah.
There's lava all over the place. Yeah, any place where there's like a hot spring or something above or near the mountain or, it's quite a bit.
I have 2 pieces of depths armor.
Oh, good. I think that armor looks so cool.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
I just love it that I have these 2 extra heart.
The gloom hearts are so good.
Hearts, yeah.
Yeah. If you get the third piece and the set bonus, the set bonus is awesome because it gives just bonus to actual attacks from gloom, not just walking in the gloom. and it gives you a bonus heart, so you're up to 4 gloom hearts. Yeah, really, really nice. Now that you're done exploring the depths, you can get this really good depths armor.
Yeah. But that's all right. Any side quests I want to do down there will be easier.
Yeah. So I guess you're not done with the bargainer statues yet, or you just need more pose?
Not yet, no.
Gotcha.
Well, because there's like 6 of them or something.
There's like 9 of them.
Oh,
I think it's a lot. Yeah.
But I do have like 600 something pose. So
that's good.
I'm
That's
ready
really good.
To get the third piece.
Yeah, I think the third piece is probably 200 or 300, and then they also have the Tunic of Memories in there. I don't know if you saw that, but you can get it's the Champion's Tunic from Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah,
you can get it on there.
I've gotten a few pieces of like just Link armor, like
it's all over the depths.
The hair and hat that looks kind of like excuse me, princess.
Yeah. Is
Link.
it the hero one, or
I think so.
Yeah,
and then
because they have a ton. They have one
just
from like every game basically.
And I think the hero's tunic as well, and then I think the one from Skyward Sword or something.
Oh yeah, it's probably of the sky or goddess or something. So yeah, I got that whole outfit because I love Skyward Sword so much. So I went and searched that out. But there's also the Twilight Princess one. Yeah, which that looks I think the best. Yeah, that one looks really nice.
There's a lot you can get from amiibos.
Yeah, but what's really cool is they made them available in just chests too. Yeah, I think that's really nice that they kept it. They didn't make it completely exclusive to
Occasionally,
Amiibo.
You'll find a treasure map that'll have an X on the spot, and that's where I found some of these.
Those are really cool. So like I found a bunch of them, but I think I still have like 4 X's active right now. I gotta go find stuff. Yeah, one of them is Majora's Mask, and I'm scared to do that one. That's in the Colosseum, underneath the Colosseum near the Great Plateau, and there you get Majora's Mask there, but you have to do a gauntlet of like 4 or 5 Lionels in a row, and they just get progressively stronger. And there's like armored Lionels and like silver Lionels. I'm like, I could probably do it at where I am now with my weapons and stuff, but I'm still scared.
I did encounter a gloomy Lionel in the depths.
They're scary in the depths because they just look like all black and evil and
and now I have 3 different bosses from the different things down there.
Yeah, I've killed all 3 Colgeras. So the wind one, but I obviously just did the Goron one, so I haven't seen Goma yet. But I love that they brought back Goma. He's like the Goron boss. He's from Ocarina of Time. Goma was in there, so I thought that was cool. I love when they bring back same types of enemies and stuff. Yeah. Oh, don't you hate the likes? They're so gross. They're so wriggly. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just
I've killed many likes.
They're just gross.
Yeah, they are.
It's funny though. They in the very beginning, I thought they were so strong and just took forever to kill. And now I'm strong enough. I'm like, oh, it's like 3 hits now. Yeah. Oh, who knew?
Yeah, likes are kind of nothing now.
Who knew? Yeah.
Also, I love having my squad. Just my 3 sages with me helpful. All the time.
So there's a 5th thing. Do you know about that?
A 5th
sage, sort of. Not really sage, but you can get them as a, part of your posse. Mm-hmm. Oh, you do?
I think so.
You do? Because they're not really a sage. They're more mechanical than that.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know. Okay. But anyway.
There's basically, I think you get it in the depths. There's a whole really difficult quest surrounding it. But from what I've seen, there's basically a construct friend you can get. Okay. That follows you around like a sage does. Huh. That's all I know about it. I think there's this big construct factory in the depths. So you may have seen that.
I think I've been there, yeah.
And I think you do it there. Yeah. But I don't really know how the quest works. So I want to investigate that a little bit. I kind of want to try to figure it out on my own and not look it up. So but we'll see. We will see.
See.
I'm at 100 Koroks, by the way, also.
Oh, nice. I have like
10.
10.
Yeah,
I mean, I've used several seeds already to expand my inventory, but
yeah,
so
they're so useful.
but, yeah.
I want to have too many things that I sometimes search out Koroks because I'm just like, I need more inventory space.
It's funny though. I still only care about having melee weapon space. I still have the default for bows and shields.
That blows my mind. I have so many shields.
I've had the same shield for like
so
over half the game.
I'll actually use my shields too. So.
I have a 70 strength.
Which shield? Zonite, Mighty Zonite?
No, it's like a Hylian royal thing.
Oh, the royal one?
Yeah.
Royal shield?
Yeah,
it's like gold? Or is
no,
it the black
it's
one?
like silver, predominantly
it's like
silver
the gray
and
one
like
with
a dark
the
red. Yeah.
With the red Triforce on it?
I think so.
It's like kind of gray, stony looking shield.
Yeah.
Interesting. The Knight's Shield, I think it's called.
Yeah. And then I do have the Hylian shield. I went and got it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Dude, go ahead and use it. It is so insanely durable. Oh my gosh. I've never broken one still. And I use it consistently. It is ridiculously durable. And if you break it, you can just buy another one. So,
nice.
Yeah, they're so useful. I might have 2 Hylian shields now. Maybe. I might have 2. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, I was going to tell you about a weapon duplication that works really well if you have a house in Terrytown, because you have these weapon stands. And I think I told you about
you
this.
did mention this.
How you get shocked, but you drop it and you also put one down at the same frame, and it just splits basically. So cool. I love that. That's really easy to do if you can get the timing down on it. You know, there's another method that I actually haven't tried, but I want to explain it because it's fun.
Okay.
If you take a weapon and you go to throw it, so you're like holding it back, and then while you're doing that, don't throw it actually, but go into your map and then go over to the memories.
Yes, I was trying to do this one.
Yeah, it's very specific.
Yeah.
And for some weapons, you have to watch a different amount of memories.
Oh, weird.
So that's where issues come in. Normally, it's like 4 usually does it. But for some weapons, for some reason, it doesn't work that way. And obviously, with that method, you can't do bows or shields. So it's not as useful. But it is cool that basically watching a memory moves the game a frame is a really cool concept, sort of. Like, I'm like, that's weird. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, after you do the 4 regional phenomena main quest, there's another main quest you do, and then after that, it like opens up this duplication method that is so easy. Apparently,
Oh yeah.
that's the one. It's the one where you like shoot an arrow with a thing attached to it, and it just stops in the air and duplicates itself. Like that's how people get like 999 diamonds.
Yeah.
Although even with that, you lose the arrow still. Like I still think there's no duplication for arrows. So yeah, even that would use up durability too. So you have to be careful, I guess. But, anyway, I still have not gotten the shiny, by the way. I have been doing this the entire time. 16077. Okay.
Brief detour from Zelda.
What? Impossible.
I mentioned, I think, 2 episodes ago about this thing and never actually talked about it on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
And it's been like over a month since I did it. So I want to just mention it real quick. So I did that playthrough where I tried to do really tanky Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, did you not talk about that yet?
No, I did.
Okay.
But, and how it wasn't that interesting.
Yeah.
So
might be in a later gen, maybe.
Yeah,
with more
another
Pokemon, but
brief one that also wasn't very interesting, but I still wanted I wanted to see.
This was stupid. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Well, it's part of why I haven't even talked about it yet, because
because it's so uninteresting.
Yeah.
So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
I wanted to see. So I've said, like, okay, if you have 6 Pokemon and you evenly level them,
What a concept.
And you fight every trainer in the game, but you don't do any grinding on top of that.
Right.
When you reach the Elite Four, you'll be like probably in the low 40s. That's where I tended to be when I did it that way.
Gen 1 especially.
In Gen 1, yeah. I wanted to see, what if my Pokemon were really good, though? What if I just, like, instead of the Pokemon that I would normally choose, what if I just got really good Pokemon?
Just like the strongest you could possibly get.
And then did that. Could I beat the Elite Four at such a low level? And the answer is yes.
The answer is definitely yes, absolutely.
So I had, instead of my usual Blastoise, I got
Blastoise.
Tentacruel.
Oh, insane special attack.
In Gen 1, stupidly strong.
Right, because it just special, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, even better.
And then instead of Raichu, Jolteon.
Fantastic, yeah.
Instead of Fearow, Dodrio, which, frankly, only a little better. Not a very big difference.
Dodrio's better than Fearow?
Just a little.
Stronger physical attack, I'm guessing?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't actually know that. I was just assumed Fearow was stronger. Fearow's a great glass cannon, basically.
Yeah,
right?
if you're talking about combination of attack and speed, Dodrio is actually the best flying type.
Because Dodrio is fast, right?
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
I think Aerodactyl might be slightly better even.
Aerodactyl is really good.
Yeah.
That's a pretty dang good Pokemon.
And then I had Ninetales, I think. Yeah.
Love Ninetales.
And
Arcanine's better, but you were playing blue, so.
Yeah. Well, and Vulpix learns Flamethrower at 35.
35.
So,
Incredible.
And I was playing blue, yeah. So, yeah. Plus, Ninetales is like...
beautiful and awesome. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway,
go off.
So that's 4. I think I still used Doug Trio.
Okay, well, I mean,
because
really,
he's just
really
so
good.
fast.
He's very good, so. I mean, he's better than Sandslash, right?
Yeah.
Wonder who'd be, is there any stronger? Nidoking?
So, yeah, Nidoking's not nearly as fast, but he's stronger.
Yeah.
And then Rhydon.
Rhydon? I love
Rhydon, very strong, but also
love Rhydon.
Doug, in terms of speed,
rock ground too.
Other than Doug Trio, none of the
downside.
other ground types are all that fast. Whereas Doug Trio is ridiculously fast. He's faster than some electric types.
Yeah, and being pure ground is just always better than rock ground. So,
and then I think I had a fighting type of some sort.
Didn't you say you had Hitmonchan or something?
I think it was Primeape, actually, because he's the fastest fighting
Hitmonchan's
type.
terrible, so I don't know why you'd want that.
Yeah, I think Primeape is the fastest fighting type.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Primeape's really good in Gen 1 especially.
So yeah, they were all like level 42.
It's pretty low. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Elite Four is like upper 50s into the 60s, and just sweeped them.
No
it was
problem.
no big deal at all.
That's so funny. So what it comes down to is Gen 1's easy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's funny because it's
blow your mind.
It's definitely thought of as harder than the newer games because it doesn't have all those quality of life improvements and stuff. And I guess it is a little harder, but it's still really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, Pokemon is for children. Is what we're saying. Well, that's it's just a fact, but it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. We know.
It's okay. It's okay. Never grow old.
I'm literally
forever young. Never die.
Never die. You just be over there saying "serious we" all the time.
Yeah.
I thought of that earlier.
The other thing is, so I did start a no feint run.
Oh yeah, you talked about that hardcore.
Yeah. So I did it.
Classic.
I did. So on my first try, I lost against Youngster Joey and his Rattata.
Heck yeah!
Because of quick attack.
You couldn't defeat his shorts.
That's
they were
right.
too comfy and easy to wear.
Too easy to wear.
Let's go.
Yeah, Rattata with quick attack, which the first time
strong, dude.
Yeah, the first time I lost a Nuzlocke was to Eradicate.
Yeah,
so,
Eradicate's very Hyper Fang hits hard, man.
Yep.
That's so funny.
So this time I've reached Mount. So I'm on my second attempt. I've reached Mount Moon and still haven't fainted.
Nice.
But yeah. What's
your game plan?
The only rules for this are, if I faint, I the run is over. Period.
Right. That is the only rule.
Yep.
Okay.
I can do kind of anything I want apart from that.
Right. So catch any.
I can catch anything
grind
I
as
want.
much as you
I
want.
can grind as much as I
basically.
want. I just can't. If I faint,
See,
I
unfortunately, with a run like this, it sort of just comes into grind to win sort of thing.
Sure, but remember
there's
that
other
I
methods,
hate
but
grinding.
you hate grind. Exactly.
So I'm not going to grind.
So like a streamer would just spend 8 hours grinding in a stream because that's just whatever, you know. Whereas you would never do that.
Right.
So it will be interesting to see what you do here.
So like I play very fast and loose. Like I will push my luck all the time in Pokemon because it's a really easy game, and
plus that's just more fun.
Yeah. And also, if you're not
sucks.
doing a run like this, fainting is not that big a deal as long as you have at least one Pokemon alive at the end of the fight.
Whatever, yeah.
But in this case, if I faint even once, run is over.
Yeah, the game is over.
Yep.
And you will probably be done.
Yep.
What's the point where if you faint, you're kind of done? You probably won't restart.
If I faint
What do you think?
if I don't faint until the Elite Four, that's gonna suck.
Could you imagine like Dragonite crits one of your dudes or something?
Right.
Just like, come on. I feel like that's the fear is critical hits. Throughout this whole run, that is the fear. Constantly in fear of critical hits.
Yeah. And I am doing Sheen Poke Red Light. So it's the bug fixed version.
So that's nice. So you won't have...
So bugs won't work in my favor.
Right. Well, you won't have Gen 1 misses either.
That's true.
So stuff like that. So that's really nice. Yep. That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's all I've got going on really in non Zelda news.
Man, I would love to play another video game, but I just can't. I just cannot. I'm still too into it. Like,
there have been a couple of times where I've considered just putting it down and playing something else, or considered just beating it.
Yeah.
And just
like, doing main story stuff.
Dumping the side quests, but I'm a little too interested right now and too invested, frankly.
Well, and the side quests are actually good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, for me, I really have enjoyed the side adventures and stuff. Like, the Gazette stuff was pretty fun, I thought. Yeah. The Yiga stuff was hilarious.
Yeah.
Them, like, being the chicken and Zelda and, like, I don't know. I loved that. I thought that was pretty funny. When it was just straight up Zelda in a cage, I'm like, wow, this is ridiculous. This is so obviously the Yiga. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was fun. Yeah, I've pretty much decided I think I'm going to 100% it. Mm-hmm. Like, so I'm going to do I'm going to fill out the compendium. I'm going to fully upgrade every armor piece. I'm going to do every Korok, like... Yeah. I think I'm going to really try to 100% it. So
400 hours total playtime, probably.
Probably, honestly. Yeah. So
this may become the Switch game I have the most playtime in, because the one I have the most playtime in currently is Legends Arceus.
Yeah, I think mine is actually it's either Violet or Pokemon Shield is still pretty up there. Because I did a lot of shiny hunting.
I had
and
more playtime in Sword Shield than I did in Scarlet Violet.
Oh, really? Yeah, I have a lot in Violet.
But a lot of that was the Isle of Armor and the other DLC.
For sure.
Frozen Tundra? Or
Crown Tundra.
Crown Tundra, yeah.
Yep. Those were fun.
And like a lot of it was just grinding up my Glaceon to be even with the rest of my team.
Oh, nice. That's funny.
I caught a Glaceon.
She deserves it.
Yeah. Because my team was like level 60 something, and I get a Glaceon at like level 20 something.
That's funny. Yep. So I'm gonna be doing this because I really want the stupid shiny out of the way. Yeah. But, breaking news. There's been rumors for quite a while of a certain remake happening. Mm-hmm. And now they officially announced it finally and put out a really cool gameplay trailer. Persona 3 Reload. A full remake of Persona 3.
Oh.
Yes. And it looks gorgeous.
So
and I'm sure it has quality of life improvements.
I might be getting that instead of playing the original because I haven't
highly recommend it.
Started the original.
So the portable is on the Switch and stuff, and you have FES, I'm guessing.
I think
also.
so, yeah.
Yeah, you have it on the PS2. This is probably going to be the definitive way to play it, though. So, maybe wait, because it looks pretty gorgeous. So.
That's okay. It was going to be a while before I
exactly.
Anyway.
Right now, they've said it's going to be on everything but the Switch, but we'll see. We'll see. They probably will do a Switch version, though. So,
yeah.
But worst case, you can get it on Steam or something.
Yeah.
Or an Xbox. Or by then, you might have a PS5, so.
Yeah.
Yep,
we'll see. PS5s need to get, at this point, PS5s need to be below retail.
Yeah, which happens now.
Yeah,
so.
At first I was waiting for them to just be retail.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care enough to
me either, honestly.
Even pay full price.
I would only care because of, like, I'd play, like, Spider-Man 2, probably. That's about it.
I mainly wanted it for Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. But...
Oh, yes. And now they just showed the trailer for the new one, the next one. And it showed the world map. Yeah. Because they're to that point of the game.
Oh, okay.
And it's freaking gorgeous, actually. Nice. I was like, this looks awesome. And it's like it's huge, the world map, like it should be. Yeah. I think it showed, somebody pointed out like a waypoint that was like 1,000 meters away or something. And everyone was like, yes, we got a big world map. So anyway, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I think that's it for game news. They've got Atlas has a new RPG coming out. It's called like Metaphor or something.
Oh, interesting.
And it looks very much in the same vein as Persona, but it looks really cool. I'm very interested in that for sure. I really want to get there's a new Katamari game. They did another remake of Katamari Damacy, had a sequel on the PS2 called We Love Katamari. And they just did a remake of that basically and put on everything. So I really want to get that on the Switch too.
Nice.
Love those games. So yep. But like I would have time to play it. So. You have Persona 5, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you didn't, it's on sale right now on the Switch, so I was thinking about getting it.
I don't have Royal, but I do have
Persona 5. Gotcha. I don't know how different Royal actually is.
No.
I know there's a new character, but that's about it.
I have the FF15 Royal Edition.
Nice. Heck yeah.
Which I still have not touched.
Yeah. That's funny.
Because it's in the backlog.
Man, I've heard such mixed things about that. Some people really love it.
Yeah.
And like from what you even told me, you've played it some, right? So I'm like, that sounds good, sort of. I don't know. I don't know if that sounds good or not.
It seems to, because I've barely touched the surface of it, but it seems to have a lot of those things that, like, this is one of those things you're either going to like it or you're not, and that's just how it is. Like, you're either going to be able to get on board with this idea or you're not, and you're just never going to like this game.
Which is, Final Fantasy has done that a few times. Yeah. So, I really want to I want to try to get into FF8.
Yeah.
Because I have that remaster that they did for the Switch and stuff. I think I want to try to like it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I haven't really played it much, so.
I still have the original 7, 8, and 9 for PS1.
Uh-huh. The classic.
I have played
original.
The first, like, hour of FF8 and 9 each.
Yeah.
And haven't gotten any further on either of them.
9 gets much better as you go, too, which is nice. The beginning can drag a little bit.
Yeah. I have to wonder, I'm a little trepidatious with FF8. Like, is the junction system going to be, like, super complicated and just infuriating?
A little bit, I'm sure.
Be fine. I did get.
That's the thing. I want to try to get into it.
I did get quite a ways through FF6. I think I got like halfway through the game, but
that's more classic RPG, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I really like modern games. I feel like they're just easier to understand almost. Like, I don't know. I'd much rather play something like Tears of the Kingdom. But
it can be hard to get into an old game that isn't something you have any nostalgia for.
Yeah, for real. You feel how old it is.
Yeah. Because, like, it is super easy for me
it,
to plug in any N64 game that I have played before.
Right.
That I have experience with, that I know.
Yes. You're saying hi to an old friend, and it just feels right.
Same with old Game Boy games that I've played, and old GameCube and stuff. But when it's a brand new title, and it has all of the problems that the old games had, all the limitations, all the lack of quality of life stuff, it can really be a damper on the experience.
Well, it's every time it feels like a chore to play, basically, instead of just fun. Yeah.
It's like I tried to play the original Final Fantasy a few years ago.
Yeah.
And
Don't. It's atrocious. Yeah, especially that old. Yeah. It's like, it's rough sometimes.
I'm looking at some ROM hacks, though, of the first couple of FF games.
Yeah, that makes sense. They sort of did a remake, too.
Yeah.
It's not really FF1, but it's sort of the story of FF1. Like, it's like the characters and sort of a new direction on it. It's like, you know how
I think I remember this.
you know, like how, I don't know, Crisis Core and Dirge of Cerberus, just kind of weird offshoots.
Well,
it's like
and
that.
Didn't this have like the same visual styles as like 15 though?
Yeah, it's like,
and so it looked completely different.
Totally different. Yeah,
because the original Final Fantasy is very classic medieval fantasy.
Yeah, and this is like definitely more Final Fantasy-ish. But yeah, it's. I'm trying to think of the name of the villain. I want to say like Gantz, but I don't think that's right.
Right.
Geralt.
Garland?
Garland. I think that's right. Big, super huge armor dude. Yeah.
Did you?
Anyway, he's in it.
Did you know he's the first boss you fight, and you fight him within like the first hour of gameplay, and he's really easy?
That's really funny. I did not know that. Anyway, there's a great Donkey video on that game because they keep talking about chaos. That's the whole thing. Chaos. Is this like chaos?
I did remember watching a Let's Play of somebody going through that, and it is funny because he was like, don't pick this character because they're bugged. Don't use this item because it's bugged. Don't do this because it's bugged.
Awesome. Yeah. It's an 80s game. Sorry. Yep. Yeah, you can tell. That's funny.
Yep. And with that,
I was really hoping I'd get this.
Yeah.
This time. I'm currently on attempt 16,103. So close.
Once you get to double odds.
Once the second.
Then it'll happen.
What if the double odds attempt did it? Oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah. Anyway, I'll post on Twitter if I get this soon. Speaking of Twitter, go follow it at the Brothers G Pod. See what I did there? Thanks for listening to the Brothers Game Podcast, by the way.
Yes. If Reddit still exists by the time this episode goes up.
Who knows? Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Internet's falling apart just like the world. Okay.
You can check out our subreddit r/Brothers Game Podcast. This episode will be going up on YouTube the same day that it launches on all the normal podcast platforms.
Happy June 15th, everybody.
Yep.
It's Friday. It's almost Father's Day. Get your father something, unless he's dead like mine. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Please download. Bye.